Happy Mother's Day! I love my mom. She's the absolute best, and she's always super supportive of me. So, as a special tribute to her, I've decided to make a video talking about the greatest mothers in video games, TV shows, and movies. I'll only be mentioning the mothers from pieces of media that I personally know, but if you know an example of a good mom that I didn't include, then be sure to let me know down in the comments. So, let's get right into the video. Also, before I talk about each section, I'll show all of the IPs I'll be discussing so you don't accidentally get spoiled. Here are the potential spoilers for the video games section. When it comes to the world of video games, they tend to focus more on dads rather than moms, but that's not to say that there are no good moms in video games. In fact, some of the greatest video game characters are moms. Starting off with the character everyone brings up when discussing video game moms, Toriel from Undertale is possibly the de facto video game mom. She's one of the first characters you're introduced to, and for the first chunk of the game, she's one of the few monsters not trying to kill you. When defining a mother in media, they can fall under two descriptions. A, they are literally a mother with a biological child, or B, they serve the role of a motherly figure. In the case of Toriel, she actually fits both descriptions. Our next character, however, only fits into category B. Clementine in the Walking Dead Telltale series from Season 2 onward slips into the role of being the mother of Alvin Jr., or AJ. The entire fourth season is built around you as the player teaching AJ to be a good person while also making sure he's tough enough to survive in the post-apocalyptic world. But what about the moms from the world of Nintendo? Well, I actually found two examples. First is Rosalina from Super Mario Galaxy, who acts as a loving mother to the Lumas that you see all throughout the game. This one's interesting because just like Clementine, Rosalina started taking care of the Lumas at a very young age. Another Nintendo mom is Samus Aran from Metroid, who acts as a mother to a baby Metroid after it imprints on her. Samus is a pretty cool mom, but it's a shame that the game that shows her motherly instincts the most had to be, well, Cooking Mama. I mean, do you need me to explain this one? In the game One Shot, there are multiple references to the mother of the main character, Nico. While we only ever interact with her via flashbacks, it's obvious from how Nico speaks about her that she's a good mom. I mean, your goal all throughout One Shot is to help Nico get home and reunite them with their mom. Here are the potential spoilers for the television section. On to television, and we have some interesting ones here. Debbie from Invincible is a recent example of a good mom. Debbie is there to keep Mark and Oliver grounded to reality. With everything around her being so chaotic, it's amazing that she's able to keep it all together. And to add to all of this version of Debbie raised, as far as we know, the only good Invincible, with the rest of them turning out evil. Going from one animated mom to another, we have Linda Belcher from Bob's Burgers. It's nice to have a good mom from adult animation, as most mothers from shows like this are pretty awful. In fact, the philosophy behind the entirety of Bob's Burgers seems to be, what if we made an adult animated show where everyone didn't hate each other? And that, my dear viewers, is how you win 2 Emmys. Let's move on to some Game of Thrones moms. Caitlyn was always supportive of Robb throughout the first few seasons of Game of Thrones. It's a good thing that nothing bad happened to her or Robb. That would be terrible if 2 of the best characters. The other Game of Thrones mom is Daenerys Targaryen. Before you type anything in the comments, I'm specifically talking about Dany from seasons 1 to 7. Season 8 never happened. That being said, Daenerys is straight up called the Mother of Dragons, and over the course of the show, she proved to be one of the most fascinating characters. The last mom from television I want to bring up is Shirley Bennett from Community, because Community is amazing and more people need to know about it. 6 seasons in a movie. Shirley is far from perfect, but above all else, she loves and cares for her children. Both her actual children and the children that are the members of the study group. Here are the potential spoilers for the movie section. Finally, we have movie moms, which was by far the easiest to research. Mom movies are literally their own category. The obvious one everyone brings up is Ripley from the Alien franchise, more specifically, Aliens. In that film, Ripley has to take care of a young girl named Newt. A lot of people group the Alien Queen herself into the best mom list, so you know what? Sure, why not? I don't think there's any denying that the Alien Queen loves her babies, and it must be really hard for her considering she has to look after literal thousands of xenomorphs. Another action movie mom is Sarah Connor from Terminator 2, who is the mother of John Connor, who in the future goes on to save humanity. Think about that for a second. She literally raises the man that ends up saving the world. That right there might make her the best mom listed here. Another mom that was brought up a lot was Mrs. Gump from Forrest Gump. Sure, she doesn't have that much screen time, but she did everything she possibly could to make sure that her son had the best life possible. A more recent example of a good movie mom is Scarlett Johansson's character from Jojo Rabbit, Rosie Beltzer. Jojo Rabbit was a really special movie, and a good part of that was the connection between Rosie and Jojo. Honestly, I really feel like I should have appreciated this movie more when it came out, considering what Taika Waititi did afterwards. Another recent example is Evelyn from Everything Everywhere All at Once. While she doesn't start out as a good mother, the entire movie is her learning how to be, strengthening her relationship with her daughter. Well, technically daughters, because it's a multiverse movie. You might have noticed that I haven't mentioned an animated mom yet, so let's fix that. Of course, we have to mention Elastigirl from The Incredibles, who is the first example many will bring up for a good animated mom. Pixar actually has a history with good mothers, which is more than Disney can say, considering most Disney moms are either dead or are unimportant to the story at large. But I knew I couldn't talk about moms in media without mentioning one in particular. How to Train Your Dragon 2 is my favorite animated movie, and suitably, it has one of the best fictional mothers. Hiccup's mother, Valka, is a shining example of how to write a fictional mother. The scene where she reunites with Stoic has some of the most emotional and powerful performances in all of animation. Oh, and if you want my thoughts on the live action How to Train Your Dragon, in summary, Happy Mother's Day, everyone. If you can, take today to tell your mom how much she means to you. Even something as small as a phone call can have a large effect. That's all I got for now. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and hit that bell icon to be notified for whenever I make a new video. Okay, that's it. Love you, Mom.